Welcome to Frankfurt Digital Book Fair 2020. My guest of honor today is Demet Sabanci. Demet Sabanci is one of our country's women leaders in the areas of tourism, textile, and retail. Demet also owns two beautiful hotels in Istanbul. One is St. Regis Hotel, the other is the historical, beautiful Pera Palace Hotel. Today we will tour the Pera Palace Hotel, where Pera Palace is located in Beyoğlu, one of the most beautiful historical places in Istanbul, and we will discover Turkey through history. In the past, Pera Palace hosted many celebrities, including Agatha Christie, Ernest Hemingway, Greta Garbo, Zaza Gabor, Umberto Eco, Mark Twain, James Baldwin, and most important, our country's founding leader, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. Demet, can you talk a little bit about Pera Palace Hotel? When was it built? By which architect? How many rooms does it have? How many restaurants? And what kind of cuisine is served? What is famous about Pera Palace?
Dear Aslıhan, welcome to our hotel, Pera Palace. I'm very pleased to have you here. Actually, there is so much to tell about Pera Palace. First of all, it has witnessed many important guests, and it's very historical events throughout the years. As I told you, it has hosted distinguished guests, and one of them is our country's founder, Ataturk, is the most important one, of course. Pera's historical adventure has started with the world famous Orient Express, first run between Paris and Istanbul in 1895. That time, Istanbul hadn't have a high standard hotel where passengers could stay. In fact, the main purpose of the opening of this hotel was serving for those passengers. The architect of the hotel is Levantine name Alexander Valeri, who has contributed to creating the general silhouette of the city greatly. The building has been designed in a unique style that has been formed by combining Art Nouveau, Neoclassic, and Oriental architecture forms and styles. The construction started in 1892, and the opening gala ball was held in 1895. The Pera Palace today is a museum hotel. We could say 5-star service combining the grandeur of the past with the technologies of the 21st century. It has 115 rooms, 16 of them being suites. There are 4 food and beverage stations in the hotel. Paris-inspired Patisserie de Pera, Agatha Restaurant, Orient Bar and Terrace, and in the lobby. The Pera is a hotel. Pera Palace is a hotel which initiated many firsts in its history. The hotel held a unique place with the city as the only place that was supplied with electricity apart from the Ottoman palaces, and offered running hot water and had a lift. As the first hotel in Turkey that offered European standards, it has been an iconic structure that was crucial to the city's cultural life since the day it opened its doors, and has witnessed many important historical events since the First World War. The Pera Palace Hotel has received many important national and international awards during its 126 years history. It is the oldest hotel in Turkey which increases its value in international platforms. And proudly, I could say that the Pera Palace Hotel is running by the Demsa Group since 2012.
Thank you, Demet. We will tour Ataturk's room today, virtually, but can you take us to Ataturk's room spiritually? Can you talk about Ataturk's room?
Of course, thank you. When you enter to this museum room, you will feel extremely emotional and you will witness the history. Ataturk was fond of Pera Palace and he always stayed in the room number 101. This room today is preserved as a museum room and you can see many personal items. Among these 137 items precisely owned by Ataturk, there is a prayer rug given to him by an Indian guy with the time 9:07 on it. The story of this prayer rug is very, very interesting because it was given to Ataturk 9 years before his death by this Indian guy. The carpet is today framed and is hanging on the wall of the Ataturk room. Beneath this clock, 10 candles representing the 10th of November, which is the day he died. And chrysanthem flowers are embroidered. Chrysanthem means in Turkish, Kasımpatı flowers, the month of Ataturk death. So the carpet shows November 10, 9:07. It is also special because it is handmade and one of a kind, woven from threads made of the wings of a particular insect. Also, the elephants illustrated around the edges of the carpet have their trunks facing the ground, which represents the symbol of his death. And on the other hand, when we look at Agatha Christie, it is known fact that the famous crime novels author Agatha Christie had written her famous thriller Murder on the Orient Express at the Pera Palace Hotel in room number 411. There is a humor that she stayed at Pera Hotel when she was disappeared for 11 days. To clarify her disappearance in 1926, they consulted a fortune teller in Los Angeles named Tamara Reed. The fortune teller told them that she was seeing on glass globe Agatha Christie traveling on a train to Istanbul. Here in her compartment, she was writing something on her diary, then locking the diary with a key and putting the key in her pocket. The next scene is at the hotel at the Meşrutiyet Street, where Agatha Christie is putting the key into a hidden box under the wooden floors in room 411. Upon hearing this from the fortune teller, Warner Brothers decided to investigate the truth of this information. After a long hassle with the hotel management, they opened few of the wooden pieces on the floor by the door of room 411, and there they found a key about 8 centimeters long. But nobody knows whether this key belonged to Agatha Christie's diary or not. And if it did, where was the diary? Now you can even spend a night in Agatha Christie's room and experience the atmosphere of a room of the famous crime writer.
Demet, these are beautiful stories, both with Ataturk and Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie's story reminds me of her novels. It is really exciting and it really gave me chills even while I'm listening. And the carpet in Ataturk's room is like fortune telling. It's really, really interesting. Although I visited Pera Palace, I didn't know this much detail. Thank you.
Thank you.
I also know that there is a famous historical elevator. Can you talk about the elevator?
Thank you. The historical elevator is now part of our arrival process for our guests. We take them up to their room with this historical elevator and give them a brief history about the hotel. It is the same as the Eiffel Tower has. It was built right after Eiffel built it. I guess it was 3 years after Eiffel built it. It's very, very historical, and it's very valuable that we have this historical lift in our hotel.
Demet, I know you served Ataturk's favorite menus on the 30th of August, which is a very important day for Turkey, which is our Victory Day. Can you talk about these menus? And it will be wonderful to show these menus pictures later after you explain to our guests.
Thank you. We always try to be careful of what we do. For this project, we were extra cautious. It is an honor for us to create such a special menu. Every time we serve the menu, we feel gratitude once again. It is known that the Ataturk's idea of establishing a new country and to create a new society were shaped at his dinner parties. When our founder, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, signed the hotel's guest book, the date was 1917. He stayed at Pera Palace many times between 1917 and 1926. On the menu we prepared by our chef, one of the favorites of Ataturk. White beans and we called rice pilau is the main course, and to be exact, white beans from Ispir area, rice pilau cooked in a copper pot with butter, okra pickles and fruit compote. And before the beans and pilau, we serve mashed broad beans called bafa in Turkish. With asparagus cooked in olive oil and spinach pie from from Salonika style. And of course, we finished the meal with Turkish coffee and semolina dessert. During the years of the War of Independence, Ataturk preferred simple food, but his dinner tables were always elegant.
What a healthy menu, I must say. You know, okra pickles, and it looks simple, but it is also very healthy.
Yes.
I would like to ask you how the tourism sector got affected during COVID-19 pandemic.
Unfortunately, the tourism sector is one of the sectors that have been affected most by the COVID-19 pandemic that was born, as you know, from China and spread all over the world. Hotel and flight reservations decreased by 80% due to the pandemic and quarantine rules in countries like Iran, Germany, Italy, Russia, and Spain, who sent the highest number of tourists to Turkey. There was a dramatic decrease in tourism revenues and number of tourists. As you know, due to the panic that we live in a second wave of pandemic, it might take years for the sector to recover and return to the numbers of last year. Turkey should take advantage of new opportunities that merge during this crisis. Tourism sector will reform due to the changes in our habits. I think that we can grow the sector by adapting an approach that puts health in the center. People will be probably choosing the smaller hotels that stress the importance of health, and this might create new sources of revenue for the Turkish tourism sector. Health tourism will become more important for us all after the COVID-19 pandemic is over, and I am sure this will be the success story for the Turkish tourism sector.
I cross my fingers and will be waiting for this to be over in all parts of the world. It's difficult for everyone. What kind of precautions were taken at your hotels after COVID-19?
Of course, we are having all the important precautions we are taking from the government, and actually it's getting better and better every day because everybody is obeying the rules, the customers, the people who are in the hotel and serving. And actually it's getting, as I said, better and better. And I am sure next couple of months we'll see better results.
Demet, tomorrow we will be touring the beautiful concert hall. I know you also give beautiful concerts to support arts and culture and music. And I have been to some of these beautiful concerts at your hotel. And we'll listen to a beautiful virtual concert. Thank you for your time today. It's my great pleasure to have you as my guest.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.